Alrighty, and then we got a Slowbro ban first. Zeta Division gonna take that Slowbro off the map. Issen Aumento, they're looking to ban the Urshifu here, Gary.
Yeah, I think with Urshifu getting a little bit of a buff, he is a good ban, and we have the Charizard from Zeta Division, a typical ban that we usually see. And I'm curious to see what Easton is going to ban next.
Ooh, the Hoopa. Yeah, Hoopa is obviously a character that's able to move the team around, up and down, left and right, send people back to base. And that Charizard ban, no one wants to see it. Very strong single target unite move. Zeta Division, though, they're taking that Blaziken first.
Yeah, Blaziken, very strong first pick. It's quite an all-arounder meta right now, so I mean, it's one of the best ones that there is. And blocking off that Hoopa is a really good option as well if a team plays well with it. And we have the Umbreon and the Leafeon pick, keeping with the EVs. Curious to see how Zeta will answer.
Yeah, double EV comp. Zeta's gonna combat that. They're grabbing the other all-rounder, they're grabbing the Ceruledge, and then they're grabbing their support, that Eldegoss, to go along with it.
Yeah, very good combo. They really have a good setup. Can put Blaziken or Ceruledge top lane and the other one in the jungle, and with an Eldegoss. Man, is that just an incredible top lane and not easy to go against in that early game.
Not at all. It'll be interesting to see if we see Blaziken or Seru in that jungle area. I think either can thrive in that top lane. But what's looking to thrive on the side of Issen Aumento is that Mamoswine pick, Gary.
Yeah, I think the Mamoswine pick is a really interesting choice here. I love the CC that it's going to offer for the team that um it has. And on the left side, it looks like we're going with a Lax, so a little bit different for the defenders than normal.
Yeah, Snorlax is definitely not that typical bruiser defender. It's more of that traditional, I'm going to block your way, knock your Pokemon up, and allow my carries to follow up with damage. So we don't see it a ton, but Tomato, one of the better defenders here, we'll see what they're able to do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited, and I really like that last pick of a Metagross into this comp that Zeta has. Metagross is just a brawly mon, not ever really super easy to take down. So I'm interested to see how it plays into the comp of a Blaziken and a Ceruledge.
Yeah, it's a lot of shields. We'll see if they go that gyro ball move, give them a lot more shields, especially during those big brawls. See some of the final preparations. Teams are just kind of switching up, see who's going to work with what. Ryu is going to be grabbing that Mamoswine, and then the SW, they are grabbing that Umbreon. I imagine with a double defender comp, we'll see that Umbreon maybe stick to that more traditional supporter role, mean look along with the wish to give themselves some heals.
Yeah, I think personally that is a really good solid move set to use into this comp too, with the dive that they have from Blaziken and Ceruledge. And honestly, I think Umbreon gets slept on a little bit as a supporter in the top lane. I think it could be utilized really well into this comp. I do also really like the Mew pick from Zeta. We don't see as much of that anymore, but Mew is still a solid mon into a lot of things.
Yeah, here we go. Winners quarterfinals. Zeta Division on your purple side. Issen Aumento on your orange side. This game one's going to be a good one. And we have Ceruledge taking that jungle for Zeta Division, along with the Eevee and the Mamoswine. Maybe do a little bit of a split push there.
Yeah, I think the Ceruledge is a really good pick for that jungle. The gank is just something that is absolutely incredible on that Pokemon. It's very hard to deal with early. So I think they made the right choice there. Um, yeah,
I like it. I like it. Oh, Mew's going to go very close to going down. They do find their base. They find the safety of that. And look at this. They're going to fight over this 920 contested bunny. Leafeon, however, looking to push forward for Issen Aumento.
yeah, the Leafeon early gank is also something that's incredibly strong. So it was a very good play by Issen Aumento here. It looks like they're going to get a couple of goals in, but nobody goes down from the Zeta division, thank goodness.
Yeah, pretty safe there. 850 birds coming to fruition here in the top lane. It's gonna be 3-on-3. Gonna be a fourth person. Tomatoes coming in with force. Gonna use that tackle to try to zone out some of Issen Aumento. And Zeta Division getting a nice little cleanup there. They're gonna push Issen Aumento back towards their pad and maybe look for a jungle invade while they're there.
Yeah, incredible play by them. The 4 people top has been such an incredible part of this meta. It has made it incredibly hard for the team that doesn't send 4 top, and I think it is really something that a lot of teams need to start utilizing.
Absolutely, and Zeta Division, the ones that started the trend, obviously formerly Kabichans, Tomato and group able to do that in the AOS Cup. That's kind of where that came from. 8-minute birds coming to the map. Issen Aumento is there, and they clean those up nice and easy. They take all that XP.
Yeah, they cleared that pretty quickly. It does look like we have a pretty even game here so far. The Leafeon does seem to be leveling out the Cerulege just a little bit, and of course, as I say that, Cerulege evens it up. So I'm interested to see what they do here in this little bit of a stalemate before the Reggie spawn.
Ooh, uh-oh, the snipe shot was just a little bit wide. Snorlax found them. They're gonna have to fell Stinger, but Mew is able to take them down. On the top side, though, Leafeon getting a KO. Some points are gonna start to go in. Here comes a Bitter Blade from Cerulege, but the only thing that's bitter is them going back to the Pokemon Center. Issen Aumento is looking to take this goal, Gary.
Yeah, really great push here from Issen Aumento. They kind of countered the 2 pushing bot with 4 top, and just like I said, 4 top is something incredibly hard to deal with, and it looks like the orange team is going to go for this Regieleki here and get it off the map quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. They're shredding it down. It is that Gyro Ball Metagross. Still a Metang right now, but that Regieleki will start to push towards that tier 2. Zeta Division might have to defend that while Issen Aumento is looking to migrate down to this bottom path where Regice is still on the map.
Yeah, I find it interesting that Zeta didn't try to counter and rip the bottom objective while Issen was ripping that top Aleki. But it looks like the Issen is going to send all 5 of them down here and try to get this goal off the map bottom lane as well.
Ooh, yeah, look at this. Inteleon looking to peel towards this Regice. Here comes the Secure. We're going to see it come out. It is Inteleon. Snipe shot gets it. Mew not able to get a Solar Beam or Electro Ball on it. However, a little bit of comeback XP. Cerulege takes out the Umbreon. Mewsted auto goes on to Issen Aumento. Cerulege looking to take this Metagross. It's Metang still, and it goes down. Nice little bit of XP there for Ceru.
Yeah, that's a great pick for Cerulege. Just Metang needs to get online to Metagross, and I think this game could change up a little bit once it gets itself online. I do think that Inteleon is a very hard thing to out-secure, so I'm not surprised that it ended up securing that Regice either. But it looks like we have a jungle invade going on here from Leafeon as well.
Yeah, doing what Leafeons do, putting pressure on the map in all places. Has obviously a very quick movement speed, especially once that chlorophyll gauge boosts up. They're looking to now take that speed towards this bottom path. They're looking to engage, looking to get some scores. Azure Spy Vision help gets the KO on Cerulege. Snorlax going to try to block out. They grab a berry, big heavy slam into it, but they're not quite getting the damage because all 5 members of Issen Aumento looking to take a siege on this goal, but Tomato standing tall, but they're going back to the Pokemon Center as well. All these points going in, the goal is down.
Yeah, these pushes from Issen Aumento are just insanely well played. Their positioning is very good. Their backline is just staying untouched at the moment. That Cerulege really needs to get back there and take out that Inteleon for the better of Zeta Division.
Yeah, this Inteleon is just sniping for free right now. I mean, you don't see Blaziken getting to it. You don't see Cerulege getting to it. So that's a big problem if you're going into these team fights, into the late game. But this Regieleki, however, is getting ripped down. Do you have a secure Metagross able to take it? They have so much secure ability for Issen Aumento.
Yeah, they really do, and I think that's a very smart play. A lot of times, when you get into that draft, it can be pressure to make sure that you've remembered to pick up a mod with a good secure. I know I've been there. I've been like, oh goodness, we don't have secure. So the amount of secure on Issen Aumento is just crazy.
Looking to secure this basement objective now. We do have another one. It is a Regirock with 3:45 left on the clock. We're going to see if they're able to get that. Looks like they're going to take it and rip it. Doesn't look like Zeta Division has really any interest in contesting it. And that is a free Regirock for Issen Aumento.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't blame Zeta for not contesting that, though. They do seem to be a little bit behind here level-wise, with the Lax and the LD only being level 9. And the lowest level on the right side is level 10 with that Umbreon. So they gotta get some scaling here to make things a little more even.
Ooh, and look at this game of chicken. Neither team really wants to give up their position, but Tomato is going to engage. They're going to walk on in. They're going to find that Leafeon. Big heavy slam into the block. They're trying to block him into the wall, but the Emerald 2 steps out. Here comes a big overheat for Blaziken, and that's a big catch for Zeta Division. They take out the Leafeon. They take out the Inteleon. 2 level 13s right there, Gary.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is one of my favorite parts about Lax as a defender. I think that engage is just absolutely crazy. The heavy slam and then into the block is just something that can't be matched with the amount of CC that it gives, and the amount of unableness to attack is just crazy.
Indeed, Surledge is going to snuff out this Metagross. Metagross is going to Magnet Rise back towards the safety of their pad, but the Phantom Force chases them down. Here comes the heavy slam once again, and Metagross now going down. And Inteleon's going to try to snipe shot from the back line, try to get some damage onto this Blaziken. They do chunk it down a little bit. Good play here by the front line. That Umbreon and that Mamoswine able to keep them healthy.
Yeah, that was very smart play making from the two tanks on Issen Aumento. And honestly, those KOs that Blaziken and Cerulege were able to pick up there a little bit before Ray were so important for them. We have that level 14 Blaziken and a level 13 Mew. That is not easy stuff to deal with, that's for sure.
We're going to see these teams try to get some vision. Right now, Issen Aumento does have the lead. 5 members bot for Zeta Division. They're looking to engage through this pit. Snorlax does break Umbreon's passive ability. Mew's going to try to Solar Beam on in and get some more vision, but Blaziken's now entering the fray. Nice little block there is going to keep them from entering in. Little bit of a stun there on Mamoswine. We have another engage. Cerulege gets mean looked. Metagross looking to try to dive in, but these teams are they're just so tanky, Gary.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not easy for either team to take a Mon off the map with how much beef there is between both of them. But it looks like the Lax does go down to an Inteleon snipe shot where he is just hitting these for free again.
Yeah, oh, we got the Metagross Unite move. Here comes another Unite move. Here comes the Revenant Ren from Cerulege. Doesn't quite get the damage that they're looking for. Azure Spy Vision now. They're looking to press A on the enemy. They're going to eject on into them, and it looks like they're able to pick up the Mew. Now this Eldegoss looks to be in vision. Are they going to be able to go down? Are they going to be able to self-sustain? Doesn't look like it because Mamoswine is hot on their tail, but no, they get away for the time being. Umbreon just going to have to wish themselves back to safety. But look at it, Issen Aumento. They're looking to peel towards this Ray.
Yeah, that Mew, or excuse me, that Eldegoss was absolutely being slippery there. Made it really hard, and it looks like that Ray is going to go to the side of Issen Aumento. That rip was just too good, and there wasn't really anything that Zeta Division could do with how low that Blaziken and Eldegoss were. You only have a Lax there to try to take it from them.
Oh, man. Yeah, look at these points right in. With only 10 seconds, we're going to have another 100 fly in from Zeta Division, but it's still not going to be enough. I believe they're going to be down by still maybe a little bit more than 100. So Issen Aumento going to be your game 1 winner.
Yeah, it looks like that was the case. And it honestly was a really good game, but Issen Aumento was just able to get that early lead with that early gank of Leafeon. It kind of made it really hard for Zeta Division's top lane to come back from that. They got that early lead, and it just kind of ended up snowballing.
Yeah, that's one thing that you have to really be careful of when you have these early scalers. You want to try to slow those things down. It's not easy to stop a Leafeon, but you could try to slow it down as much as possible, survive that early game, but Issen Aumento looks so good on that pick and really took it to them, put a lot of pressure on throughout the entire match.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Issen Aumento here was just quite in the lead most of this game. Now, there's a couple points here where Zeta Division did have a good lead on them, but in that mid game, Issen Aumento just put on the heat and just did not stop. If you're looking here at 6 minutes, it was 215 to 116, and from there on, it was pretty much game over.
Yeah, all Issen Aumento that one. A little bit of a close ray there. Snorlax might have had a chance, but fortunately for them, not able to get it in here in this game one. Alrighty, game number 2, Issen Aumento Zeta Division. We got a draft here. Issen Aumento taking game number 1 against Zeta Division. So Zeta Division, if they want to stay in the winner's side of this bracket, they are going to need to win this match. Obviously, best of 3 series. But here we go. Issen Aumento banning that Leafeon and an immediate Charizard ban from Zeta Division.
Yeah, the Leafeon ban from Issen Aumento is an interesting choice, considering they picked it last game and played so well with it. And Zeta sticking with the Charizard ban, and then we got the Slowbro ban coming from Issen Aumento. Some really typical textbook bans, but always good.
Yeah. Locking down the lockdowns, right? The Slowbro can lock you down with that Unite move. The Umbreon can lock you down with the mean look. So we're going to see how these teams want to play around these, knowing that those aren't on the map. But first pick Urshifu, full heal on it, makes me think we might have a Water Bear.
Yeah, I absolutely agree that that full heal usually leads to a Water Bear. Very interested to see what Zeta Division decides to go with here. Looks like they're sticking with an Intel and a Cerulege pick, and honestly, some really good early picks into this comp.
Yeah, I think both of those can be pretty good. It does allow Issen Aumento to maybe pick something divey or something that could get on top of this Inteleon. Although there's not a lot of characters that can do that easily. The Mamoswine's going to have their work cut out for them, and then the Blaziken once again getting picked off early from these teams.
Absolutely. And then we have the Blissey tree picks, and talk about two crazy solid defenders and a support. They are just so good always in game, and I think those are some really solid picks, especially going into this comp of Urshi, Blaziken. The Blissey heals are going to be super helpful.
Oh yeah, the Blissey heals are gonna be massive. Those eggs are gonna do some double time, especially with the tanky team. Issen Aumento grabbing that Eldegoss, something that could kind of keep those dives away from you. That Cotton Spore really prevents that. It also prevents a lot of the stacking that may be wanting to be happening up in that top path. And then that last pick is going to Zeta Division. They're taking the Stoice.
Yeah, I really like that Blastoise pick here. You don't see Blastoise as much often anymore, but Blastoise I feel like is still a pretty solid Pokemon. It's always been super versatile, and I think it'll play really well into this comp that Issen Aumento has.
Yeah, we'll be interested to see which set they go. Currently, during the final preparations, they do have a rapid fire and a muscle band. This is leading me to believe that this is a top laner Blastoise. Don't see that a ton, but it could definitely work.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. It's definitely going to be in the top lane. Something that was very prevalent for a very long time. So if it's something that this player from Zeta is confident on, it could be a real big weapon in their hands.
Absolutely. Especially look at that gold badges almost all around. You got 3 gold badges on the side of Zeta Division. So I'll be excited to see what they're able to bring to the table. But here we go. Game number 2. Issen Aumento on your purple side. Zeta Division on your orange side. They're looking to take this Urshifu into the jungle area.
Yep, Urshifu in the jungle is always such a solid choice. Sending that thing top lane is just such a risk in this game. I'm curious to see if we're going to get the jungle invade, though, from Zeta, knowing that they probably are sending Urshi into the jungle, but it looks like we're going to avoid the invade.
Yeah, no invades, not a ton of pressure. Looks like Phantom's going to try to grab that bunny. It looks like they were able to do so. So nice little pickup there for that Phantom who wants a lot of experience, wants to get that online. But Eldegoss looking to try to take down this Squirtle, but it's the Torchic that's able to send them to the Pokemon Center.
Yeah, absolutely. Eldegoss with that red buff is just an absolute trouble early game in the top lane. I know myself, I hate going against it. It is something that is just incredibly hard to kite and just get away from. So very good play by Issen Aumento, and it looks like we got both junglers top lane now.
Yeah, it is a water bear looking to dive on in towards that orange side pad. 850 birds hitting the map. Eldegoss trying to get some heals towards the team, but looked like a lot of that farm, Gary, went over to Zeta Division.
Yeah, some really good secures on in that top lane for Zeta Division as well. You got the Blissey Slap and Bitter Blade as a good secure as well. So not too super surprised by that. It does look like we are pretty even level wise this early on, and it looks like we do have some pressure here in the bot lane from Issen Aumento.
Yeah, and there's some pressure on the top as well. Blissey trying to get some scores in. They do. Saralej just living in the flux zone, trying to take out the Combuskin, unable to do so. Combuskin just lives. Urshifu is now living in the top lane. They get a KO on Blissey. They're not done. They're looking to try to take out the Saralej. They're not able. Saralej gets them. Squirtle somehow makes it out.
Yeah, crazy engages there up top lane. Good fights from both teams. We do have the 850Bs up, and it does look like the Espeon might be able to get these for free for itself, which is very good for an Espeon getting those early levels, considering it gets its Unite move at that level 8.
Yeah, that would be massive if they're able to grab that before the objective spawn. They're really close, right? Level 7 already. Or Shifu's going to try to get their level 9. Big overheat coming. Does chunk down the Saralej, but Blissey able to give them an egg, get them back over to safety. But Issen Aumento looking to make a siege towards this top lane. 4 members up here.
Absolutely. It looks like Issen Aumento is using the method against Zeta Division this game, but I think Zeta is doing the opposite and pushing for bot, which I think is a very smart choice to get them their levels and get themselves evolved and be able to compete a little bit more in this matchup.
Ooh, yeah, and look at that. Leaving the goal on 1. That's always what you want to see there if you want to try to optimize. But they're not even going to try to optimize. They're just going to go ahead and break that 4-point overcap. Meanwhile, Issen Aumento able to grab the Regieleki, have that push towards the tier 2 goal. Zeta Division should be able to grab this Regirock in the bot path.
Absolutely. Very good plays from both teams early on. It was quite a close matchup. We have Zeta Division in the lead with 125 currently, and Issen Aumento sitting at a 101. So anything is really able to happen. It does look like we have the Blastoise defending that Regieleki top lane, and it looks like Issen Aumento is setting up to do something here in this bot lane.
Yeah, look at this. 4 people make it all 5 looking to push towards this tier 1 goal. Piloswine gonna enter in, try to get some damage onto the pad. But here we go. Revenant, Ren, Psychic Solaire, all these Unite moves being expended by both teams, but 3 members of Issen Aumento go down. It's just the Saralej that's fallen for Zeta Division. Urshifu looking to try to stay alive, but those surging strikes are only going to surge back to the Pokemon Center. And Zeta Division, a nice defensive stand on that bottom pad.
Absolutely. Zeta Division had a really good hold there. I really like that look from Issen Aumento. It's a smart play to try to get that bottom pad gone for them. And it does look like this Blastoise is Rapid Spin Hydro Pump. So a little bit of a different build than what we're used to seeing. But I've heard so many good things about the build. I personally have never played it. But it looks like it could be an interesting choice into this team comp that they're going against.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense too, because the muscle and the rapid fire will help reduce the cooldown of those abilities. So probably looking to optimize it with there, but optimizing the KO is that Piloswine evolved into a Mamoswine. That's a huge pickup for Issen Aumento. The nice little defensive stand they're looking to engage. Blastoise is going to try to Cowabunga on out. They're going to just try to hold this tier 1 pad because Issen Aumento is looking to engage and looking to siege it.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, a good push from Issen Aumento. Their engages are very, very meticulous. They know exactly when they want to go, and the whole team is always in on it, which I love seeing that. But it looks like Zeta Division is able to hold once again, but we do have that Regirock up.
Ooh, Regirock does get taken. Nice secure here from Espeon. Inteleon looking to pop their Unite move. Azure Spy Vision up. Surging Strikes looking to take them down. Mamoswine is still engaged on the Cerulege. Cerulege is really beelining towards this Eldegoss. They do get the KO, but they pay the price for it as Mamoswine returns the favor. Now this Inteleon looking to take out this Mamoswine. Mamoswine does go down, does go back to the Pokemon Center. Inteleon continues to push. Big snipe shot a little bit wide. And looks like Issen Aumento has lived to fight another day. Ooh, that was a close one there for that intel.
Absolutely, it was. That Urshifu was on its tail, that is for sure. Again, Issen Aumento is just trying to get back into this. It looks like level-wise, it is still pretty even with 2 level 9s on the orange side, and we got a pretty even level on the left side with nothing looking too crazy high yet. So I'm interested to see what mons are going to be those top dogs from each team.
Yeah, 3:30 left on the clock. Some Unite moves might get expended in this next fight. Eldegoss goes down. This Regieleki is still up. Here comes the Phantom Forest. There goes Blaziken. Cerulege is going to try to get on top of this Urshifu. They're able to get the KO in Zeta Division on the offensive, looking to take down 3 members. Meanwhile, Blastoise is doing their job of ripping the objective, and there it goes. They are able to take it, and that's going to push towards that tier 2 goal.
Absolutely. These Unite moves from that Cerulege on the side of Zeta Division have just been absolutely game-changing for them. Usually getting at least 2 to 3 people in that stun, which is always super helpful. It does look like Issen is very easily able to defend Regieleki, considering Zeta just didn't really look to push it there, which I think is a smart play on them to go back and get the farm on their side of the map in preparation for this Ray fight.
And not only that, but there is also a basement objective that has spawned. We'll see if either team elects to try to take it before this Rayquaza. They do have plenty of time to do so. Zeta Division is going to go ahead and peel and rip towards it. And it doesn't appear that Issen Aumento has any interest in contesting it. It's a Reg Ice, so for the next 90 seconds, their HP will be recovering.
Yeah, going into Ray fight here, we've got 166 on the side of Zeta Division and 141 on Issen Aumento. This could be anybody's game. A lot of it is going to lie in how this fight plays out, and it looks like we've got an early engage starting here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, here we go. Mamoswine's gonna have to back through the choke area. Inteleon looking to just fire some snipe shots, playing a very forward role, knowing that they do have the Fell Stinger to fall back on. Looking like Blastoise is gonna try to hold their ground. They peel back to the safety of this Blissey. Those eggs are doing double time.
Yeah, I knew the eggs would be such a big help into this team comp that Issen Aumento has for Zeta, and they really have proven to be. I really like the setup from Issen Aumento here, trying to play through the top side so they can avoid letting Zeta Division play on that bot path that they still have up on the bot lane.
Oh, here we go. Big engage. Blastoise going to try to spin to win over here. Mamoswine does pick up Inteleon. There goes the Unite move, the Mammoth Mash. The Bliss Assist goes onto the Inteleon to keep them alive. Blissey going to try to take down this Mamoswine, but that is a mammoth task to do as Espeon now goes down. Here goes the Azure Spy Vision looking to peel onto this Urshifu. Urshifu's getting chunked down, and Blissey is doing their work. And 3 members of Issen Aumento down with this Mamoswine might be next on the chopping block, and they do.
Wow, just incredible gameplay there from Zeta Division. They really took advantage of Issen Aumento trying to go in on them and just reverse the roles big time. That Mamo had a really nice engage, but Zeta was able to bring so many members of its team to take start taking out that Mamo and really help get their teammates out of there alive.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Mamo unfortunately going down, and I don't think there's anything Issen Aumento can do to stop these goals from going in. It's a pretty insurmountable lead when with 15 seconds left, there's not enough time on the clock, not enough money in their pockets, and there's the GG. Zeta Division taking game number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And that Blastoise was quite the pick. It wasn't super prevalent in early game moments there, but towards the end game, that Blastoise was giving Issen Aumento some trouble. It looked like they weren't used to playing against something of that level.
Yeah, Cicada able to take that top lane Blastoise and really show the world who is the best turtle in this game. Look at these damage numbers. Urshifu still put on quite the show, 101k damage, but unfortunately for them, not enough to take the win.
Yeah, I really liked the Water Bear pick here. It was really, really, really strong for the team of Issen Aumento. Honestly, the scores of these games were close the entire time. Like I said multiple times throughout, it was really anybody's game until that Ray fight, truly.
Yeah, pretty even across the board, and the scoreboard tells that exact story. So they needed the Ray, they got it. They got some huge KOs that just kind of chained it and allowed them to take that Rayquaza with 4 members down, and that was that. Zeta Division, nice comeback. Alrighty, game number 3, Zeta Division versus Issen Aumento. This is to see who will move on in this best of 3 series. Zeta Division starting off on your purple side. They'll be getting the first ban. They're taking Umbreon off of the menu first.
I think that's a great choice from them. Umbreon can cause a lot of issues. Looks like Issen Aumento again. Oh, they're switching to the Blaziken. I'm interested to see how the Zeta answers that, considering Blaziken has been very prevalent in these 2 games, and Zeta with that consistent Charizard ban.
Yeah, I think Charizard just kind of goes against what they want to play as. Charizard can really take down those EVs pretty well. There we go. A Trevenant ban as well is going to be the last one off of the table. We'll see how Zeta Division wants to play this first pick. They're hovering over this Mew, but they switch over to the Leafeon. That is always a strong early game.
Yeah, absolutely. I do not blame them for taking that Leafeon off the table from Issen Aumento, considering game 1 they were able to work with that Mon. And we have Slowbro and Ceruledge from Issen Aumento, 2 really strong early picks into this game, so I'm excited to see what we do with a Slowbro being on the table for the first time.
Oh, yeah, those slow beams are going to hit. I mean, you already know that you have a pretty good target in that Leafeon once you get that Unite move. And even the Centellion, if you're able to get on top of it, I mean, there's never a really wrong target as long as your team has the follow-up. And what Issen Aumento is looking to follow up with is going to be that Ceruledge. They're hovering over another all-rounder. That Serena could be a very interesting pick, especially into something slippery like that Leafeon and that Sylveon.
Yeah, I absolutely love seeing Serena be picked, though. Being a Serena player myself, she is so fun, and she, I think, gets undervalued quite a lot. Although early game can be rough. We got the Crustle and Comfey pick from Zeta Division. Interested to see what they can do with that here.
Oh yeah, Tomato on the signature crab. I remember a very strong play with them. I believe it was in the AOS Cup, stealing a Rayquaza against Fusion, albeit too, and in the grand final. So something that they are very strong with. That last pick Mew, though, in the right hands, it can be very devastating. And we saw it in game 1 where Issen Aumento was able to really utilize that Mew to perfection.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at some of the final preparations here, it looks like Cicata is going that Mystical Fire build on Sylveon, which I think is still such a great move set, and I think now that Hyper Voice has been nerfed, it is shining once again. So I'm really interested to see how well Mystical Fire plays into this comp that Issen Aumento has set up.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it offers a lot of sustain. I imagine they'll pair it with that Draining Kiss. Allows also, it's a little bit less, skill shot that you need to hit, especially when there's things like Serena and Ceruledge that are going to be moving left and right. You don't have to really aim it. You can let those Mystical Fires go all crazy. But here we go, game 3. Zeta Division on your left side. They're taking this Leafeon into the jungle, and Ceruledge going into the jungle for Issen Aumento.
Yeah, absolutely. Some textbook lanes here. But I do find it really interesting. We do see the Sylveon going top lane for the team of Zeta Division. Not something that you see all the time, but something that can be very dangerous because Sylveon has an incredible early game once it gets that level 4, just like Leafeon.
Look at this Comfey looking to try to take some things off the map. Here comes Leafeon low, early jungle gank. They're gonna go with that Razor Leaf. Doesn't get the KO, but they do get a nice stack in. Crustle doing a good job with that Rock Slide to zone out that Mew. And it doesn't look like Issen Aumento was able to grab all of that farm.
Absolutely. I really like the bot lane early gank from Leafeon here, considering they have that Sylveon online top lane already. Trying to get that that bottom lane, excuse me, online early. And look at that. We already have the level 5 Drizzile. I think that could really end up paying off for the team of Zeta Division.
Ooh, look at all of those go over to the side of Zeta Division, but Serena is looking to help take down that Leafeon from Zeta Division, and look at all these stacks go in. Serena is going to grab some money. Thought about maybe engaging one more time, looking to do it again, but a nicely placed slow smoke from Comfey is going to keep the team alive, but they might have gotten their hands stuck in the cookie jar because they're going back to the Pokemon Center.
Yeah, that was a really good look from the team of Zeta Division there with Sylveon. Could have absolutely cleaned some stuff up, but that Mr. Mime was able to really just throw the Sylveon off with that wall, and then the stun right into that wall completely just threw Sylveon off its game.
4 members here for Zeta Division looking to take the 8-minute birds off the map in the central area. They're able to do exactly that. Phantom Force looking to tread down this Crustle. Mr. Mime taking the KO there, and now they're migrated down towards this bot path where they're raining in these dunks. There goes Slowbro, another 18, another 30, or another 20 from Surledge. And with 720 birds about to hit the map, both of these teams looking to make their position.
Yeah, the team of Issen Aumento looking really strong right now. Already has that level 8 on their Cerulege and a level 7 Mew and Serena. That is really good for them, but Zeta did take some time to get their 3 damage dealers up to that same level 7, but it looks like we've got a push coming from the team of Issen Aumento, and boy, are they just rolling through Zeta Division right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they break that tier 1 pad. They're looking now to take this Regieleki off the map. Yeah, here goes Slowbro. Gonna start it off with a Surf. Surledge and Serena should be able to rip this off, no problem. They take that. That's gonna walk towards the tier 2 goal. But here comes Leafeon with the pocket Comfey. They get picked up by Slowbro. They go down. Surfs up. Kawa. Bummer. Zeta Division. Double KO for Serena.
Absolutely. Love seeing the telekinesis move on that Slowbro. Telekinesis is able to completely game change a fight. If you get caught in that, it's usually game over if there is any sort of follow-up, just like that slow beam. Looks like we've got some Unites popping here on tier 2. Issen Aumento might be able to break that tier 2 this early on, and that's really good for them.
Oh my gosh, a KO streak of 3 for Cerulege, who's now ticked into level 11. Mr. Mime doing some damage. Snipe shot just wide. Here comes a nice basic. Gets the Mime, but there goes the beam. Mew follows up, gets the return KO. Sylveon now going to have to pop that Fairy Frolic, mostly just to stay alive. Are they going to be able to stay alive for much longer? I don't think... Actually, they're able to stay alive to self-sustain themselves. Cerulege, though, going down for Issen Aumento is a huge catch for Zeta Division.
Absolutely. I really like that Zeta Division is trying to absolutely find any sort of momentum here. Looking at the score, 270 for Issen Aumento, while 52 for Zeta Division. Issen Aumento has that really strong early lead, but maybe Zeta Division won't be able to bring something back for them with this bottom push here.
Yeah, that basement path goes down. It's showtime, says Mr. Mime. They're looking to combat that. They're able to get the Sylveon. Big Solar Beam from Mew. Doesn't get the KO, but the follow-up is on the Crustle, and Cerulege able to take it. But here comes Cerulege going to try to stop Leafeon. Leafeon does get the score in, does get the triple KO, and now they're going to get some more of their stacks in with their pocket Comfey.
Yeah, this Leafeon Comfey duo is looking absolutely dangerous. One thing we did miss here with that push, though, that Serena was able to sneak up to the top lane and break that tier 2 of Zeta Divisions, which is some dangerous here. That means they might be able to get that WinCon Regieleki for the team of Issen Aumento. So I'm really curious to see how Issen Aumento plays this out here now that Regieleki is back on the map.
Yeah, Regieleki here. Zeta Division looking to just peel to rip it. They are chunking it down a little bit. Snipe shot goes a little bit wide. Here comes the Azure Spy Vision looking to take out the Serena. They do. Here comes all the Unite moves all at once, and Issen Aumento able to rip that off the map, but there's plenty of time for Zeta Division to catch it.
Yeah, absolutely. There is plenty of time for Zeta Division to catch it, but getting that ripped before that 4-minute mark means there will be another one up right before the Rayquaza fight. So I'm interested to see how Issen Aumento is going to set up their team there.
Ooh, yeah, we'll see how that goes, and Talion should be able to catch that, no problem. Basement Reggie is going to hit the map here in 15 seconds. Serena's Queenly Ascendant looking to slam down the Leafeon, able to get away. I think that was mostly just so they wouldn't go down in that moment, and Slowbro, great peel from the tank, keeps them healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like we are about to get a fight set up here for the Basement Reggie. Level-wise, it does look like Zeta Division has them beat with that level 13 Leafeon and level 13 Inteleon. And we just have the Ceruledge on Issen Aumento taken into 13 as well. There's some really big players with some high levels in this game for both teams.
Oh, and we have a huge fight breaking out. The Mime was able to be Mr. Crime, steal that Basement Reggie away from Zeta Division. They're looking to take this advantage into this bottom path. Look at here. We have a 39-point overcap going in for Issen Aumento. They're looking to increase their lead. Sylveon's going to be going down as well. And that's Mime picking that up. So all of that XP that we just talked about, Gary, is now headed over to the side of Issen Aumento with a pending Regieleki win con up in that top path.
Absolutely. Very interested to see how this plays out here. We've got some really big players with that level 14 Ceruledge, that level 13 Serena, and we do have 2 level 14s on the side of Zeta Division as well. So they are able to keep that even leveling, but boy, oh boy, once Issen Aumento finds their in, are they doing a great job of taking advantage of it, as we saw in that just bottom fight.
Here we go. Slowbro's going to engage with that Surf. They're going to get cornered in by this Crustal Rock Tomb, along with those Mystical Fires raining down from that Sylveon. Leafeon looking to try to get an angle to try to get here. Nice telekinesis, able to pick them up. Here comes the Secure, and it's going over to Issen Aumento. Regieleki, this is going to be the Wraith fight here.
It absolutely is. As you can see, there are Unite moves popping left and right from both teams. It looks like the team of Zeta Division has all their Unite moves gone other than that Intel, but Intel unfortunately is not up right now, and we still have that slow beam waiting on Issen Aumento. So while they rip this Ray, it's going to be easy for that Slowbro to help them secure.
And they do. Mime able to take it almost uncontested. Regieleki also walks in, adding insult to injury. Issen Aumento has a spot in the next round just waiting for them as they rain down their points, and there they go. 634, 185, and with a minute to go, the dreams of Zeta Division, at least in this winner's side of the bracket, looking bleak.
Absolutely. A well-fought game from both teams, truly. But that Ceruledge and Serena were just able to get so online here. Some very off-meta picks in that Serena and Mew, to be quite frank. And I just think Zeta Division just was not expecting how well they were going to be used.
Oh yeah, here comes another Revenant Ren. Chunks down Inteleon. Here comes the Mime to try to clean it up. Mime doesn't get the cleanup, but Ceruledge is right there for the follow-up. Emerald two-step helps get a KO there for Leafeon in this end fight, but it's gonna be all for naught as there's an insurmountable lead that Issen Aumento has created for themselves, and they're gonna be able to get another 80 here to add some more points before their next round.
Absolutely. Issen Aumento just looking absolutely incredible right now. Very good at taking any chance they can to go in on these fights. Their tank player has had some really, really solid engages in this set, and letting Issen Aumento take that Slowbro, I think, really did not help the team of Zeta Division. Slowbro is just too good right now to be in the hands of a tank that is a strong player.
Absolutely. Let's see the final 794. 185. Issen Aumento moving forward. Looking at the field state, 18 KOs from that Ceruledge. That is a massive number, and really the scoreline show. Looking at the damage numbers, 100k damage for them to top it off.
Yeah, absolutely. And some really big numbers from the team of Zeta as well. We got 95k on that Mystical Fire Sylveon with 85k tanked. So, I mean, that Mystical Fire Sylveon really did play like an all-arounder. And looking at the scoreboard here, Issen Aumento was just able to get that early lead from that first Regieleki. And unfortunately, it just seems like Zeta Division wasn't able to answer anything with that.
Yeah, they grabbed that early lead, never looked back, and they're not looking back at this round because they are moving forward.